They say there's a ghost in the machine, a flaw in our own programming. It's a vulnerability that can be exploited, one that turns our greatest strength, that search for meaning, into a weapon against ourselves. We're not just talking about weird ideas today. We're talking about a process, a kind of descent. Think about it for a second. What happens when you really truly feel like you've lost control? That terrifying feeling that the world is just spinning randomly and you're powerless. What does your mind do when that feeling takes hold? The answer? Well, that's where our story begins.
It all starts with a crack, a tiny moment of psychological distress that pries open the door to your mind. It's a feeling we all know, right? That sense of being adrift in total chaos. This quote really gets to the heart of it. That feeling of powerlessness isn't just uncomfortable. Your brain treats it like a critical error message, a problem that has to be solved and solved now. It's a fundamental human trigger.
And so the system activates. The old, ancient pattern recognition software that has kept us alive for millennia, it just kicks into overdrive. Your brain starts scanning the static, desperately searching for a connection, a cause, any kind of signal in the noise. It's looking for an explanation. Literally any explanation will do. So this is where the search becomes, well, a creation. The brain is so hungry for order that it doesn't just find patterns anymore, it starts to project them. It starts connecting dots that were never, ever meant to be connected. Psychologists actually explored this in a really fascinating experiment. They took two groups of people. They asked one group to remember a time when they were in complete control of a situation. And the other group, they were asked to remember a time when they had absolutely no control at all. Seems like a simple memory task, right? But it was all about priming their emotional state. And the results were chilling. The group that was made to feel a lack of control suddenly saw the world completely differently. They started seeing images and random static. They made superstitious connections. And here's the kicker. They were way more likely to see hidden, sinister plots in totally normal situations. Their brains, desperate for an explanation, just manufactured one. Someone, somewhere, must be pulling the strings. So, into this mental vacuum, where the brain is just primed and ready for a story about hidden forces, comes a narrative. And it's one of the most powerful, ancient kinds of stories we have. This definition is so key. A conspiracy theory isn't just any old story. It offers three really crucial things: a powerful unseen group, a sinister motive, and the simple explanation for really complex events. It transforms all that random, scary chaos into a deliberate, understandable plot. It gives you an enemy. And these stories, they're everywhere. They're like ancient viruses of the mind, offering a simple answer to that terrifying feeling of being powerless. Secret societies lurking in the shadows. Shape-shifting elites pulling all the strings from behind the scenes. Secret desert bases hiding crashed alien technology. Or massive, secret antennas that can literally control the weather itself. And even the idea that they're embedding clues to their evil plans in our movies and TV shows. The story provides an enemy, and in a really strange way, that can feel so much safer than having no one to blame at all. So once that story is accepted, the glitch becomes a feature. The brain's own defense mechanisms kick in, not to find the truth, but to protect this newfound belief, to protect that sense of control that it gives you. This process, it follows this chillingly predictable path. First, there's the jumping to conclusions bias. That means a decision is made with very little evidence. Then, confirmation bias takes over, and your mind actively starts seeking out information that supports the new belief while subconsciously ignoring or discrediting anything that contradicts it. The walls of the mental prison go up, brick by cognitive brick. And this is exactly how a personal, internal glitch becomes a massive societal danger. This isn't just a thought experiment happening inside one person's head. It has real, tangible consequences for everyone. The infection spreads. And when enough minds get captured by these narratives, the results can be devastating. This psychological process, it doesn't stay contained. It spills out into the real world.
I mean, just take public health. During crises like Zika, Ebola, and H1N1, these exact kinds of theories created this deep mistrust in science and authority. And that mistrust directly undermined the public health measures that were trying to keep people safe. The pattern just repeats and repeats because the psychological mechanism underneath it all is always the same. And you know, often the simplest logic is the best defense. One physicist calculated that for the moon landing to have been a hoax, an estimated 411,000 people would have had to keep that secret perfectly for decades. The odds of that are, well, they're astronomically small. The sheer scale makes the conspiracy itself the least probable explanation. Which brings us right back to the ghost in the machine, back to you. If your own mind is programmed with this vulnerability, this glitch that seeks out patterns and stories just to resolve the terror of uncertainty, how can you ever be sure that what you believe to be true really is?